everyone. I just got back from my walk. Oh, Frida. I just got back from here. Okay, here. I just got back from my walk, and I wanted to share that I have really reconnected with the Yarns at Yin Hoo podcast. OG watchers of Brooklyn Knitfolk will know that I used to love the Yarns at Yin Hoo podcast with Sarah. It was one of my favorites. It's an audio podcast about fiber arts in general and what she calls post-apocalyptic skill sets. So she shares also about like sewing and cooking, gardening, poetry, usually a lot too. So it's a very well-rounded podcast, one I really enjoy, and I used to love it, but I just fell out of touch with really listening and watching too many knitting podcasts. But the other day I was thinking about her randomly. There's a lot of stuff that like really sticks with me from early episodes of the Yarns at Yin Hoo podcast. And I thought, you know what, why don't I listen and catch up on all the episodes that I missed on my walks over winter. So that's what I've been doing, is every day listening to, oh my gosh, this cat. That's what I've been doing every day, is catching up with Yarns at Yin Hoo and listening to back episodes of that and really enjoying it. So I thought I would share that with you for those of you who are from the knitting world who love podcasts and listening to interesting stuff. Finally got these out of my little mail area this morning after my walk. Some of my favorite flower purveyors. White Flower Farm. This is probably my favorite place to order plants from online. I love White Flower Farm. Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. This one's really great for varieties of like vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. They have herbs, all that sort of thing. More food related seeds. And then the David Austin Handbook of Roses 2024. I'm so excited to look through this. I have a lot of David Austin roses. I consider myself to be somewhat of like a collector of David Austin roses. The way they phase them out so much, it makes me like want to hoard as many as possible so that I can get ones that I really want. Of course, space is a huge limitation for me, but I don't let that stop me, and I put way too many roses in a space that probably should not have that many roses, but I can't be stopped. It's just not gonna happen. And speaking of like flowers and stuff like that, I have gotten my bulbs order for the year from Brent and Becky's Bulbs. That's my favorite place to order bulbs from. They arrived like 2 weeks ago, and they've been sitting in the box in my foyer in my apartment. So I need to get those planted probably tomorrow, because it has been some very cold nights. It's gotten down to like 33 at least, probably even a touch below freezing. Because there's some frost on the ground, so I need to get those in the ground before the ground gets too hard for me to plant them. So hopefully tomorrow. I need to check on the weather to see what it's going to be like. It's a nice sunny day today, so, or at least right now, so hopefully that will warm up the ground a little bit in preparation for me to plant all of those bulbs. Last year I did finally get myself a bulb planter. It's this specific tool that you can like plug into the ground and it will pull out a plug of soil, so you can just drop the bulb in and then release the plug back over top of it. It's such a game changer. It was so worth getting. I don't know why I resisted. I was like, I can just dig it, it's fine. But then I got the bulb planter and it made such a difference in the ease of getting them planted, and also planting them deeply enough, because we do have quite a number of squirrel families out there, and I don't do anything to like deter, I don't want to like hurt them, you know, or anything. So I don't set, like, I know people talk about sprinkling chili powder and stuff like that, but I don't want to like hurt them, so I just don't want them to get to my bulbs. But if you plant them deeply enough, they're usually pretty they'll leave them alone is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, anyway, all right, I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee. I have a little bit before I have to start my work day today. I'm just going to enjoy some leisurely time with the kitties. I am ready with my spatchy spatch to stir something. Andrew and I are in the kitchen. He's about to start making his like Mediterranean sandwich excited. I'm gonna help him cook that. And then tonight, I was just complaining to him that I really wanted to do something out of the ordinary tonight, like some sort of date night. And he's like, well, why don't we go to the Met? And I was like, what do you mean? It's like 5:20 right now. We'll never make it. He was like, don't they close at 6? And apparently on Fridays and Saturdays, they are open late for date nights until like 9. So we're gonna rush to make these sandwiches and then we're gonna go to the Met. And I'm really excited because they've had this Manet Degas exhibit on for a while and I've been wanting to see it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Poor Jafar, it's his treat time and we are out of treats. We just ran out yesterday. He is fiending. I'm sorry. We'll get some tomorrow.
And I need your help.
Doing what?
Making espresso martinis.
Oh, okay.
The Ice King wants for Christmas is the love of a beautiful princess. It's the warming glow of friendship to feel like he belongs. He will freeze you and kidnap you, but it's only because
Andrew has made a total eggplant convert out of me. I remember for most of my life, really, I say I remember like it was so long ago, but I was not an eggplant person at all. And Andrew, I guess, took it upon himself to figure out a way to like, or to get me to like eggplant. Are you just a big eggplant fan, or like what's your...
I love chicken parm. It's one of my comfort foods.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we went vegetarian, I was like, I have to sneak eggplant parm into the menu. And you were so against it that I was like, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just never really like eggplant that much, but he's found various ways to cook it that I really like it. Like I've liked eggplant in certain things. Like I like baba ganoush, for example.
Yeah.
But I didn't like eggplant like plain. Like I would skip over it like in a ratatouille. I would not eat it or something like that.
I'm not a big ratatouille person.
I really like it. I think it's delicious, but just not the eggplant part. But anyway, he's found like a lot of ways to cook eggplant that I really like. So yeah, it's been good. So Andrew just mentioned that we've gone like sort of vegetarian, and I don't really put a label on it. We've been vegetarian in air quotes since I'd say like mid-April-ish.
A lot of people are calling it like flexitarian. You're vegetarian but flexible about it. Like...
Yeah, okay. And then yes, then that's exactly what we are then, because you guys probably saw even in the first vlog I had chicken on a Cobb salad. So like for the most part we eat vegetarian, but we have like a flex. We give ourselves like flexibility, like when we're eating out or if other people are cooking, I'm not gonna like turn down what, you know, somebody else makes for me or something like that. So it just depends. We're not super strict about it, but I'd say like 95% of our meals are vegetarian now. Yeah, since like mid-April.
some archaeological snafu. Now everything has gone wrong. Merry Christmas, Ice King. I hope you get what you want.
All right, we are getting ready to head to the Met. This is the outfit of the evening. It's my new look 6095. It's the same as the red dress, but just a black version. I made this one first, actually. This is like my power dress. I just feel really confident and good in it. And then my Mimi G pattern simplicity coat. I can't remember the number, but I'll put it in the description box that I made in like a half camel, half pink wool, and some black Chelsea boots. Ready?
You deserve one nice thing for the Ice King. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. All the Ice King wants for Christmas is to know.
We just finished up at the Met. We're in the lobby right now looking up good cocktail bars that are around here to go to grab a drink before we head back. Everybody, happy Saturday. Today Andrew has just left. He's going to New Jersey to go to like a gaming thing with his dad, so he and his dad are going to hang out. Meanwhile, I am going to be working in the garden today. I was really tempted to go with him because going to New Jersey means an opportunity to go to Joann. There is no Joann in New York City, so I always love to go with him, but I really need to get my bulbs planted, and tomorrow it's supposed to be raining all day. It's also middle of December and the temps are getting lower and lower, so I'm scared that the ground will freeze and I won't be able to get them in the ground. So today is kind of like my last opportunity to do it. Although you can always plant bulbs later, like next year too, like as the ground thaws a little bit, they will eventually bloom. So I know that it would be fine, but I would like to get them in so that they will bloom on time this spring. So right now I have comfy clothes on for gardening. These are my Anna Allen, God, why can't I remember these? I've made these like 8-9 times. Persephone's. My Anna Allen Persephone pants, my Agnes top by Tilly and the Buttons, and this is just kind of like comfy gardening clothes, and then some short little Hunter Wellington boots. It's supposed to be like 50 today actually, which is perfect gardening weather. It's sunny outside right now, so I'm gonna grab what I call my gardening sweater, which is just this sweater here that I use for anything and all things dirty. I just use it for basically outdoor and dirty stuff, just in case. But yeah, let's go out in the garden and I'll chat you through garden updates. This is Hamlet, the doggy that lives on the 3rd floor, one of the doggies that lives on the 3rd floor in my building. He's such a sweetheart. Say hi, Hammy. Yeah, hi. So for those of you who don't know, I absolutely adore gardening. I love it. And maybe you're thinking, Brooklyn, what an unusual place to try to garden. Yes, you were right. It is quite an unusual place to try to garden, but I am very lucky. I have 2 gardens that I can garden at. The first one is at my actual residence, which is the one we're in right now, in the greenhouse, which is filthy and desperately needs a clean. Hopefully that can be something we try to tackle today, but it's definitely not the first thing I need to try to get done today. As I mentioned, bulbs, top priority. So we're in the first one, and then the other one is at my sister-in-law's house, which is down the street from where we live, and I garden over there as well. So I have 2 different gardens. Today I'm going to focus on getting these bulbs into the ground, because I need to. As I mentioned, it's going to be raining all day tomorrow. It's the middle of December, so I really need to get them in. And then some garden cleanup. Let me show you. It's fall, you know, late fall, almost winter, so the garden is definitely in need of a little bit of tidy. I'm not overly tidy with my gardening. I'm fine with leaving leaves and stuff on it, but it's gonna get a lot more. And it's obviously just like plants that are overgrown and stuff like that. And then the roses, these are 2nd year roses right here, the one on the trellis there and the climbing rose. So I need to do like some maintenance of tying those in. Those are both climbing roses. So yeah, you can just see it just needs some work. And then the last thing, this greenhouse, absolutely filthy. Some of this is dew, not dirt, but still, yeah, really dirty. So I would love to give this a good clean. This greenhouse is a savior in the spring months. It's really extended my growing season. You're gonna hear a lot of noise, sorry, it's Brooklyn, so planes, traffic on the street, etc. But yeah, so this is the greenhouse, and there's tons of dead plants in here that I didn't get an opportunity to plant out this year. I didn't actually, for as much as I love gardening, I didn't actually get a lot of time out in the gardens this year, especially at the other one, which is bigger, because the mosquito situation. It's been out of control lately, and we recently discovered that the decking, the patio decking that's at the other garden, we're pretty sure had a bunch of standing water underneath it. No wonder, go figure. So they've actually ripped out that patio right now, they being Andrew and his guys, his workers, and my sister-in-law's husband have ripped out that garden, and they're in the process of like replacing it. So the first thing I'm gonna do before I start the bulbs, I'm going to clear out this greenhouse just so I have a place to like set things on the tables. To make a mess, you have to clean up your mess. So basically I'm going to take all these plants and that are dead, obviously, dump them into the compost and clear my space. It looks so much better already. I'm just going to take my big push broom here and try to sweep out the ground a little bit, and then it's bulb planting time. I realize this probably makes me a total weirdo, but does anybody else keep tiny spiders as pets? I have been known to like find them, like for example, like in my Bay Ridge bathroom when I lived in a different neighborhood, there was a tiny little white spider that lived in there, and he was small and he kept to himself in his little corner, and I just let him stay there until someday he wasn't there, and I assume he probably died, but he just, yeah, I don't know, there's lots of little spiders, not lots, but I've seen a couple little spiders in my greenhouse, and I try to rescue them to take them outside, but you know, it's probably warmer in here, so they probably want to be in here, so you know what, they can be in here and they can eat mosquitoes for me. All right, step one complete, making good time. It took me about 30 minutes to clean out the greenhouse. Now for the second part to tackle, I need to cut back and remove any plants that were annuals and just kind of do a general cleanup to prep the ground for putting the bulbs in. I also found my bulb planter. At least I thought I did. Where did I put it? Oh my god, literally right in front of me. I found the bulb planter. This little tool is so handy for planting bulbs. They even have ones that are like standing, so you can stand into it if that would make it more accessible for you. All right, got this first bed cleared out. I'm leaving that right there because I think that might be Chinese astilbe that my mom got me for Christmas several years ago, and I've planted it. I've plant ID'd it several times, but it's not flowered or really gotten very big. It's supposed to do well in shade, this is more of like a shady area, so I don't know, I'm gonna leave that and we'll see. The next bed I'm going to tackle is this other side over here, and I'm really encouraged by what I'm seeing here. I planted a lot of foxgloves that were on the brink of death in the greenhouse that I just didn't get to planting, and again, foxgloves are really great for part shade areas, and a lot of them have taken. Those are foxgloves right there. I'm not entirely sure what that is. It might be a hollyhock. I don't know. I'll have to plant ID that. And that one over there as well. I'm not sure, but I know those are foxgloves for sure. So yeah, we'll see. I'm so excited. It's honesty. I have planted, my mom gave me seeds for honesty. It was either last year or the year before, and I got around to planting some, just scattered them in, and it looks like that is honesty, which will survive over winter. So I'm really excited because I have never gotten that one in the ground at the right timing. I'll show a picture of like what it looks like when it's in bloom, but also the dried out seed heads look fabulous in wintertime, so that's going to be a real treat for next year. And then this one over here, hold on, I'll turn you around. So this one right here is foxglove. You can tell because it has the more rounded leaf shape, and then this one, the reason I knew it was different, you can tell the difference, it's got more of like a pointy leaf shape, so that one's the honesty. That one over there, again, I was on the fence, but it's another foxglove. And I think this right here is Sweet Rocket. I'm pretty sure. Either that or a tobacco plant. Oh, that's Sweet Rocket. That's Sweet Rocket over there. And I think this might be like a flowering tobacco plant. These grasses right here, I'm super proud of them. I forget the botanical name, but they're Mexican feathergrass. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description box. But I grew them from seed. They're so soft, so beautiful. Supposedly, it's like on the fence whether or not they'll survive winter in a New York climate, but I think because it's got shelter from the wall here, it's kind of, this is a warmer location than it might be in other parts of the city, so it did survive last year, which is great. It's just such a beautiful texture in this garden, but I'm just gonna cut it back now, basically like I've done to this one right here, and hope that it survives. I tell you one thing I will be taking out completely though. Part of having a small garden is making concessions about what plants are worth having in a small space and what plants are not. And last year I tried growing this globe thistle for the first time. It was actually a really beautiful plant, but for the amount of space that it takes up, and it's also quite prickly, so when walking past it you have to be careful. It's just not worth it to me, so I'm gonna take it out and replace it with something new. Turns out I have a globe thistle in bloom right now, oddly. Well, almost in bloom, but you kind of get the idea of what it looks like. It's really pretty and it adds great texture to the garden, but for the size that the plant gets, like that's way smaller than it will get at full size. It's just too much. All right, it is noon. I've been at it for about an hour and a half now. I'm finally ready to start planting the bulbs. It's looking really good out here. All right, let's do a little bulb haul. So I got some more Narcissus Erlicheer. These are already sprouting. I need to get them in, as you can see. These are one of my favorite daffodils, so I wanted to get some more because they didn't come back this year for some reason. I planted several 2 years ago, but they didn't come back this year. And then the tulip varieties, I got Mout Tacoma, a really pretty white one. More Mout Tacoma. Tulip Apricot Beauty. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I've never grown that one before. Black Hero, that's one I grow every year. It's stunning. More Apricot Beauty. Black Hero. Mondial, another of my favorite whites right here. And then finally, I got a few more Hyacinth Delft Blue, 10 of those to add to the collection. Hyacinths come back year on year, and so far they've done really well in my garden. I've added a little bit more every year, and they just fill the garden with scent. It's one of those things you can like walk through and you can smell the hyacinths. They're just like super strong scented. You don't have to even get up close to smell them, so I love them. All right, that's my entire order. It's kind of a different order for me this year. I've been paring them back over the years because the garden is so small that if I limit the selection or like the color palette basically, it has more impact in a small space. If I was really like had restraint, then I would just get one variety and fill the whole garden with one variety, but I can't do that. All right, let's get planting because it's noon, and as you know, it gets dark rather quickly right now, so I'm gonna be losing the light soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and get as many of these in the ground as possible. It's my goal to try to plant all of them, but we'll see if that happens. My strategy is to kind of work from all of the bags at one time, so I'll pull out things, set them down. I don't plant anything until all of them are in. I'm back inside, I'm showered, I feel so much better right now. I'm about to heat up my lunch. I'm just gonna heat up the soup that there's stuffed pepper soup left over, so I'm just gonna heat that up for lunch. But I'm really craving a Coke right now, so I think I might walk over to the bodega and grab a soda because we don't have any right now. So let's go to the bodega.
Ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw...
Hello everybody, I'm on the couch with Frank and we are watching YouTube right now. I am exhausted. Gardening takes it out of you sometimes. It doesn't seem like something that would be like so tiring, but it really is. It's like all the pulling and pushing and yanking and yeah. But I'm glad I got all those bulbs planted. I feel very accomplished about that. I do need to go to a garden center to get some more soil and some compost to mulch my roses so that they have a nice little fluffy dirt duvet to keep them warm for winter, because I did lose one of my roses that was in a pot last year. So I'm kind of debating on whether or not I should bring them into the ones that are in pots into the greenhouse. We'll see. I'm still thinking about that. Anyway, snuggling with one of my babies and watching YouTube. I'll check in with you guys later.
Come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning.
Look who's home. Did you have fun?
No.
But
I bought more plastic.
Oh, great.
So.
More minis.
I think I got rid of more than I purchased. Well.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't question, you don't question my fabric and yarn buying habits, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Andrew's making me the same sandwich from last night because I'm done with the stuffed pepper soup. I've had it like 5 times this week already, 4 or 5 times, and no mas. I'm good for a little while. But he's making me the sandwich again, and then I think we're gonna have another epic movie night in the living room because you really liked the air mattress. I look really tired right now. I've been like in a dark room watching YouTube for hours. Good morning, everyone. I am in the sewing room because there is a very quick, what I assume is going to be quick, probably 30-minute project that I want to make today. Okay, let me move my project out of the way. I haven't worked on this since the last time I showed you. I still need to shift the band up a little bit, but that will hopefully be a quickish fix, probably a couple hours, and this one will be done. But I really want to work on what I think is going to be a super quick sewing project. Today I'm going to be going out into the city with Andrew. We're having dinner with his family in the city, and I really want a pop of, you guys know, or maybe you know, I've been really like in love with all things red lately. I really feel like it's my color, red in all forms, honestly, like even if it's burgundy to like my really bright red new look dress that I made. All kinds of reds. And I bought this fabric from fabric.com, RIP, ages ago, like probably in 2020 even. And I bought it because I want to make a scarf out of it. It's part wool and part polyester and has some other stuff in it, but I was like obviously drawn to this amazing large scale plaid, and it's really soft, so it's gonna make the perfect scarf. So let's see, I think I bought maybe a yard of it. Yeah, and so the plan is to cut this in such a way that I can make like a really long scarf that I can wrap around myself several times. So I'm gonna take stock of the measurements and see what the best solution is to like get a good patterning and like length and width on it. So let me take a look and I will report back. so I put my ruler down there for scale. I think I'm gonna do 2 checks wide for it, which means I'll have a little bit extra, but that's okay. I'm trying to figure out how I'll want to bind it or like finish the edges. I don't really want to do a turn on it because I want it to be kind of reversible. I'm thinking about just cutting it and seeing what happens. I do see that there is some fraying on it, so I don't know exactly how to stop that. Maybe I'll look up some methods for that, or I could like whip stitch the edge with like a large chunky, like yarn almost. I'm not sure, but I think I'll start by cutting out the 2 sections of it, and then French seaming the center together.
There's a gift for you from me. It's wrapped and placed well underneath a tree.
Next thing I want to do is join these 2 lengths together in the center, but before I do that, I'm going to trim off some excess so that when these 2 pieces overlap, they'll be the width of the plaid. So that's just like a little detail that I think will make it look nicer overall.
Christmas time is finally here. Shout for joy and sing with cheer. Sound of laughter in the air. Peace and love are every...
French seam complete. Now I'm just going to press this and then make kind of like a faux flat felled seam where I'm going to stitch this down on this side so that it's nice and flat. And then I think it will be good to go. Eventually I'll probably do something on the edges, like maybe I'll turn this into a fringe on the edge, but for now it'll be great for wearing for today, which I don't know if I said that. That's why I want to make this so I could wear it today and have like a nice little pop of red with my outfit, which I haven't even decided what I'm gonna wear yet, so we'll see. But all right, let me finish this up. All right, here we have it, a very long and dramatic scarf. Let me twist it around a little bit to show you. Here it is, just like draped over one shoulder or folded around. It might be a little too long, but I can always trim it down later, especially if I like add fringe. Like maybe it needs to be like 1 block shorter, and then I'll add some fringe to it, and I think that would be a good length, but it'll be great for today. All right, I'm going to shut down the sewing room and then go and pick out an outfit. We are at Carmine's right now, restaurant in New York, for a family dinner. There's a lot more people at this dinner than I imagined were going to be here. Apparently it's almost like on a family reunion scale, so I'm not sure how much I'll film when we're actually like sitting, because I haven't met a lot of these people before, but yeah, I'll show whatever I can.
Joy and sing with cheer, sound of laughter in the air, peace and love are everywhere.
We're home. We got back from the dinner at Carmine's. We're now laying on the couch, meal planning for the week. But look at these cute cats. We got the Yin Yang twins over here, Frida and Frank, in like a definite little yin yang right now. And then Jafar on the top bunk. Oh, they're all so cute. We are back from the grocery, all groceries put away. For dinner this week, I was about to say lunch, but for dinner this week, we're gonna be doing one of the recipes from, I think we left it out in the living room, but it's from the Oaxaca cookbook. I've talked about this on previous vlogs before, not in VLOGMAS, but previous vlogs. It's a really good one of our favorites. When we're making an enchipotlado, it's like a spicy tomato sauce on rice kind of deal. I don't know, it's really good. And then we're gonna do like a lemon piccata caper sort of sauce situation on top of rice with veggies on the side for two, and both of those are gonna be 2-nighters. And then we're gonna go to Nighthawk Cinema one time this week.
Hey.
Hello. We're gonna go to Nighthawk once this week and we'll eat dinner at Nighthawk. And then for lunch, we're gonna do a chicken and dumpling soup, the Skitty Taste recipe that I love, sans the chicken. And this week sounds amazing. This is the last week we're gonna be in New York. On the 18th, we're gonna be leaving for my parents' house. So get to spend a little time with the fam in Tennessee. I'll of course take you guys along with me. What are you gonna be working on tonight?
I have one more armor plate on the model I'm working on, and then I got a flag.
Oh, nice. What are you gonna paint on the flag?
So the last one I did that, one side has the woman standing, and then the other side has like a little banner doing a zigzag. So I'm gonna do the same thing, but the different woman. The other one has like, she's standing in front of the sun with the sword, and this one I'm gonna have like a moon.
I was gonna say, are you gonna have her in front of the moon? That's amazing. I love that idea. And I will probably work on, I really need to fix my top that I had started working on, but I'm just not in the mood to sew right now. So I might just knit on the couch, honestly, instead. And that's okay. Crafting takes many forms. We just have to do what we feel in the moment. Good morning, everybody. It is Jaclyn from the future. I just didn't end the vlog last night, so I wanted to say a quick thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the Wednesday video. Bye.